your movie recap in a flash. We bring the drama, the action, and the twists in minutes. 100 years ago, giant monsters resembling humans called Titans appeared. The Titans began destroying the entire world and eating ordinary humans. The surviving humans managed to build a large wall to protect themselves from Titan attacks, and they were able to live in peace again. Humans continued to live with the hope that the walls would remain forever. After 100 years, people began to forget about the Titans, and the topic of Titans became a legend and something written in history books. It was told to scare children, and people started to forget about the Titans, and it became a myth and a tale in history books, told to frighten children. Ordinary people living behind the walls were not allowed to cross them because the government prohibited anyone from crossing. Since then, people lived behind the walls and never left. The world behind the walls was divided into 3 areas. The third area was for farmers who lived in agricultural lands, planting and harvesting. The second area was designated for factories. The first area, the farthest from the walls, was of course for the aristocracy. It was strictly forbidden for anyone to move from one area to another. One day, in the world inside the walls, we meet a young man named Aaron. Aaron meets his friends Armin and Mikasa, who lived in the third area. Aaron and Mikasa loved each other very much. The place where they were was an area of rockets and cannons. Aaron looked at the walls, longing to one day cross them to see what was beyond. Aaron kicks a nearby rocket, revealing a map drawn on it. They see the sea on the map and are amazed. Mikasa tries to imagine what the sea looks like in reality and says, "It must be a beautiful place." Afterward, Aaron decides to cross the walls. He convinces his friends, and they sneak past the wall guards. They reach the wall and are shocked by its size up close. Aaron wanted to climb the wall and cross to the other side, but Mikasa and Armin tried to stop him, warning him about the Titans and how they might eat them. But Aaron didn't believe in the existence of Titans, as no one had seen them for 100 years. Suddenly, soldiers arrive and try to take them away, but Aaron resists and fights them, not caring about the consequences. One soldier was about to shoot Aaron, but Commander Zelda, the soldiers, intervenes and stops the fight. He tells the soldiers he will handle the situation with the kids. After the soldiers leave, Zelda mocks Aaron's behavior, but sympathizes with his desire to be free and cross the wall. He tells them they shouldn't risk crossing the wall alone, as the army had already decided to cross the wall and explore what lies beyond. Suddenly, explosions are heard. The ground shakes as if an earthquake is happening, and the wall begins to collapse. Someone on the other side was trying to break the wall, and a colossal Titan fall and move toward the people. The army does its best to confront the Titans and defend themselves, firing cannons at them. However, these attacks only slow the Titans down, as they possessed regenerative abilities to heal their damaged cells. The Titans move toward the soldiers, who become terrified and run away if they can. The Titans grab the soldiers and eat them alive. Aaron and his friends try to escape and return home. The entire city is filled with fear and chaos as people panic and flee. The Titans follow the people, destroying all the buildings and eating anyone in their path, stepping on humans as if they were insects. The Titans devour humans effortlessly. Aaron takes Mikasa to a large house where the city's residents seek refuge. But due to the crowd, Aaron gets separated from Mikasa. Mikasa sees a child on the ground, goes to save him, and gets pushed by the crowd. Aaron gets shoved inside the house and tries to reach Mikasa, but fails. The people lock the house doors in fear, refusing to open them for anyone. Aaron looks out the window and sees one of the Titans with terrifying teeth approaching Mikasa. Mikasa becomes paralyzed with fear. Aaron looks out the window and sees that Mikasa and the Titans have disappeared. He's a regular human. The Titan child falls and starts crying on the ground. The two of them become frightened and start running. At that moment, all the Titan monsters wake up to the sound of the child and surround their team. The captain tries to calm his team so that the Titans don't hear them, but before he can finish speaking, one of the Titans appears and eats the captain. Eren and Hyana try to run back to their team while the Titans chase them. General Kubo notices the danger approaching them and flees with the weapons, leaving his soldiers exposed to danger. The soldiers have no choice but to run, but they encounter one of the Titans. Just as the team is about to be killed and the two of them depart, Eren is shocked and surprised that she is still alive. It turns out that Shikishima is one of the army soldiers who taught Mikasa how to fight the Titans. By using the new weapon, they can fly and reach the Titans' necks to kill them. General Kubo shows Shikishima the underground passage that humans will use in case they lose the war against the Titans. Someone named Jean blames Eren for awakening the Titans and tells him that because of him, they all almost died. Eren gets angry at him, and the two start fighting. Mikasa intervenes and breaks up the fight. Shikishima arrives and asks Eren for his name. Afterward, he asks to speak with him privately. Shikishima asks Eren why he hates the Titans. Eren responds straightforwardly, saying, "Because they stole our land and our freedom." However, Shikishima doesn't fully agree with Eren's words. He tells him that humans have put themselves in this danger long ago by imprisoning themselves inside the walls instead of fighting the Titans. Shikishima encourages Eren, telling him that fear is humanity's enemy. Fear is what forces people to run away, not the Titans. He says they must fight the Titans bravely to reclaim their land. Afterward, Eren goes to Mikasa and she shows Eren a large scar on her body from the Titan and tells him, "When you left me to face the giant monster alone, Shikishima came and saved me." Later, Shikishima appears, and it becomes evident that he and Mikasa have feelings for each other. Eren feels upset that Mikasa no longer loves him, so he leaves and sits outside yelling. Hyana appears and tries to comfort Eren, attempting to make him forget about Mikasa. She takes him with her to a place and tries to console him, telling him her story about how her husband died 2 years ago when the Titans attacked them. She decided to join the army to earn money and support her daughter. Suddenly, their conversation is interrupted by someone watching them through a small hole. That person starts pulling Hyana to eat her. Eren sees what is happening, but is helpless. More Titans appear and begin approaching the soldiers. The soldiers evacuate the area and flee. Those with the flying weapons attack the Titans. Shikishima fights the Titans bravely, killing many of them. Mikasa also joins him, killing one Titan after another. However, some soldiers die, crushed by the Titans. Many soldiers perish because they are scared and don't know how to fight. Soldiers cries over her husband, who was killed by the Titans. Captain Zelda tries to comfort her, taking her away as she vows to avenge her husband. Captain Hange notices someone stealing an explosive-laden vehicle and fleeing the battlefield. The woman whose husband died jumps onto the vehicle before it escapes, igniting the explosives. She confronts the thief, throws him out, and takes control of the vehicle. She drives toward the Titan who killed her husband, ramming into it with the explosives on one leg to save his friend. Armin, after being swallowed, tries to climb out of the Titan's mouth, but keeps slipping. At the last moment, Eren appears, grabs Armin's hand, and tries to save him while being inside the Titan's jaws. Eren throws Armin out of the Titan's mouth, but falls inside himself and gets swallowed, losing his arm. Eren descends into the Titan's stomach and sees the corpses of humans, including Hyana, who was eaten vows to kill all the Titans. Meanwhile, the remaining soldiers are trapped, and no one knows the whereabouts of General Kubo. Armin tells Mikasa that this is all that's left of Eren. Mikasa looks at Eren's hand in shock and decides to runs out of gas. Mikasa falls to the ground, and the Titan that ate Eren approaches. The Red Titan manages to eliminate all the Titans alone, roaring ferociously. The remaining Titans flee, avoiding any confrontation with it. The Red Titan sees the soldiers on the rooftop and runs toward them. Everyone panics and runs, except for Mikasa, who calls out to Eren. The Titan pauses for a moment but then grabs Mikasa and lifts her into the air. It stares at her before recognizing her. Eren regains consciousness, transforms back, falls to the ground, and smoke rises from his body. Mikasa approaches him, Eren out of the Titan's body. Eren is alive, and his devoured limbs have regenerated, thanks to his cellular regeneration ability. Everyone is shocked by what they see. Shikishima watches from a distance, seemingly unsurprised by Eren's transformation into a Titan, and Eren remains unconscious. A flashback shows Eren as a child. We see Eren's father experimenting on him, injecting him with a serum that altered his DNA. The serum enables Eren to transform into a Titan. Eren's mother opposed the injection, but his father insisted, saying that Eren would play a significant role in saving humanity thanks to the serum. Captain Zelda was present and took Eren to hide him. Later, the government came to arrest Eren's parents because they learned of the secret experiments, which were forbidden for commoners. Commander Kubo led the soldiers. When Eren's parents resisted, the soldiers killed them. Meanwhile, Eren and Captain Zelda were in hiding. Commander Kubo burned down the entire library afterward. Captain Zelda took Eren and fled. Back to the present, Eren regains consciousness to find himself tied up with soldiers pointing their weapons at him. General Kubo ordered Eren's arrest because he disapproved of Eren's transformation into a Titan. Kubo had a specific theory and philosophy. He explained how humanity united behind the walls, finding a common enemy in the Titans. Despite the scarcity of food resources, people were happy because everyone was equal. Eren's ability to transform into a Titan threatened this way of life. Kubo also stated that he had never seen a human transform into a Titan before. What Eren did meant he was one of the Titans hiding among humans. Additionally, his destroyed limbs had regenerated, which no ordinary human could do. Eren tries to convince Kubo that he is a regular human, but Kubo insists on killing him. Before Kubo could execute him, Armin intervenes, defending Eren and stating that he saved them and is the only one capable of protecting them from the Titans. Captain Hanji also supports this claim. Kubo orders the soldiers to reload their weapons to kill Eren. However, Captain Zelda intervenes, explaining Eren's power and stating that Eren can control his transformation at will, but loses consciousness when he becomes a Titan. Before Zelda could finish, the soldiers kill him. As Zelda dies, he tries to tell Eren something important, but doesn't manage to before passing away. Suddenly, a Titan appears, jumping down from the ceiling. It crushes General Kubo and several soldiers. The remaining soldiers fire at it, but their bullets are ineffective. The Titan is armored, with protective plates covering its body. It kills the soldiers effortlessly and grabs Eren. Some soldiers try to fly and attack its neck, but the Titan fends them off, fully aware of their moves. The Titan gives Mikasa a strange look and leaves with Eren. Captain Hanji becomes the new general in place of Kubo. She decides to proceed with the plan to seal the hole in the wall, but first, they must retrieve a bomb from a specific location. Meanwhile, Eren awakens in a strange room. He hears peculiar songs playing from an unknown device, which turns out to be over 100 years old. The songs stop, and Shikishima appears in the room. Shikishima tells Eren, "I saved you from the Titan that captured you," but he couldn't kill him and ran away from me. After that, Shikishima begins showing Eren old videos from 100 years ago. These videos explain how the Titans appeared. It turns out the Titans were originally normal humans. Humans once wanted to create superhumans to use in wars. They succeeded in creating the Titans we know today, after injecting humans with a virus that turned them into Titans. The one who created this virus was Eren's father, but the experiment failed because they lost control of the Titans. Additionally, the virus started spreading among people, causing them to turn into Titans and wreak havoc across the world. Titans are essentially immortal and will continue to live, with nothing reducing their appetite or killing them, except their known weak spot. Afterward, humans entered a war against the Aesyazom Titans, and the rest we know. Then Shikishima tells Eren that the remaining survivors lived behind the walls up until today. He explains that the government wanted people to forget their past so they could control them more easily. Shikishima also reveals that the attack on the walls was orchestrated by the government to instill fear in people and maintain control over them. However, Shikishima didn't know who in the government was behind everything. Shikishima believed hope lay in Eren because Eren was aware when he transformed into a Titan. He tells him, "You and I can stop the government that enslaves people," and they both leave together. Shikishima shows Eren his men and the explosives they stole from General Kubo. He gives Eren the weapon that enables him to transform. Meanwhile, the soldiers manage to retrieve the bomb they plan to use to seal the breach in the wall. Mikasa recalls her happy memories in that place with Eren, but Shikishima's men appear before them and raise their weapons. Eren appears among them and goes to greet Mikasa. Mikasa is overjoyed to see Eren alive. Shikishima also appears, inspects the bomb the soldiers brought, and announces they will use it for another purpose. He declares, "We will detonate this bomb to destroy the wall, letting all the Titans in to annihilate the army and the government." Eren is shocked by Shikishima's words, as it's the first time he has heard this plan. Eren had thought they would use the bomb to seal the wall. He tells Shikishima, "If we follow your plan, innocent people will die along the way." But Shikishima believed those people deserved to die for allowing themselves to live under the rule of a corrupt government. He tells Eren, "Join me and we will win." But Eren remembers all the people who died because of the Titans, yells at Shikishima, and refuses to side with him. He charges at Shikishima and attacks him, but Shikishima overpowers him and throws him to the ground. Eren gets up and tries to attack Shikishima again, but Shikishima dodges all his strikes, counterattacks, and knocks Eren down. Mikasa intervenes, asking Shikishima to stop what he's doing, but Shikishima laughs and looks down at her. Mikasa then strikes Shikishima across the face, but he knocks her to the ground as well. Eren becomes furious and attacks him again, but he is defeated once more. Armin and another person named Sanagi want to help Eren in any way they can. They see a partially collapsed building in front of them. Meanwhile, Shikishima raises his weapon at Eren, but Armin tells him to stop, threatening to blow up the entire place with the explosives, killing them all. He orders Sanagi to take Eren and put him in the cart. But Shikishima isn't intimidated by Armin's threats and orders his men to fire at Armin. Suddenly, a grappling hook flies past his head and attaches to the building. It was Sanagi who intended to bring the building down on the explosives to detonate them. He tells Armin to escape quickly with the cart. Sanagi begins pulling the building with all his strength, but Shikishima's men shoot at Sanagi, killing him. In his final moments, Sanagi manages to collapse the building onto the explosives, causing a massive explosion. Armin seizes the opportunity to escape with the cart. A huge explosion occurs, killing everyone present, but Shikishima emerges alive and approaches the cart, determined to take the bomb. Then Armin draws his sword and, to everyone's surprise, stabs himself with it. Strange things start appearing on Shikishima's back. Armin flees quickly as Shikishima transforms into one of the Titans. Armin sees this and is shocked, realizing that Shikishima is the Titan who had attacked them and kidnapped them when Kubo died. When Eren sees what happened, he wants to stab himself too and transform, but a prisoner stops him saying, "We're not sure if the same method will work for you." He tells him, "We'll fight together and defeat him." The Titan Shikishima begins approaching them, demonstrating his power by killing 2 other Titans that appeared in the area. Armin and the others take to the skies using their weapons, heading towards Shikishima. They fly in different directions to distract him. A girl named Sasha attacks Shikishima in the eye, temporarily blinding him. Jean flies around Shikishima, attacking him with swords, and Mikasa also attacks, cutting off his fingers. Eren attacks his knee, bringing him to the ground. Jean tries to take advantage of the opportunity by attacking Shikishima's neck to finish him off, but Shikishima notices, turns around, and is about to strike him. Eren intervenes, taking the hit instead of Jun. He stands up and heads toward the bomb. Before he can reach it, he transforms into a Titan after being struck by Shikishima. The two roar in anger and begin exchanging punches, but every time Eren attacks Shikishima, he gets hurt because Shikishima's Titan body is covered in armor. Shikishima dominates the fight, knocking Eren to the ground. He is about to finish Eren off for good, but Eren grabs a giant rod from the ground and strikes Shikishima with it. The rod pierces Shikishima's armor. Eren gathers his strength and delivers a blow to Shikishima's face, sending him crashing into a building. Shikishima is defeated and begins reverting to his human form. Eren screams in victory, grabs the bomb, places it on his back, and climbs the wall. Eren and his soldier comrades are coming behind him, and Eren reaches a certain point after which he loses all his energy. But they quickly place the bomb in its position before he collapses and loses consciousness. Mikasa notices that Eren is exhausted and tired, so she goes to him and attacks his nape with knives. And indeed, Eren returns to his normal state. Armin then adjusts the bomb to explode after 5 minutes, giving them time to escape. However, a surprise occurs as they see General Kubo still alive standing on the wall. Somehow he managed to survive. Kubo tells them, "I will give you money and power, but in return, you must leave the wall as it is and hand Eren over to the government." The team refuses all of Kubo's demands. Kubo fires at them, injuring Armin in the leg. Kubo mocks them, saying, "You are all fools." Before he could continue speaking, Sasha suddenly shoots him with arrows, causing Kubo to fall off the wall. Kubo then transforms into a massive titan, revealing that he was the titan who destroyed the wall with his foot 2 years ago, allowing the titans to enter. At first, the team is shocked, but then they attack Kubo. However, they cannot approach him easily because of his extremely high body heat. Kubo grabs the bomb and tries to prevent it from exploding. Jan attacks Kubo, trying to stop him from destroying the bomb, but Jan is killed with a single strike from Kubo. Afterward, Kubo tries to grab Eren, but a rocket is fired at him by Captain Hank. Despite his injury, Kubo still tries to reach the bomb. At that moment, Eren gets the chance to attack him from behind, approaching his nape to kill him. Meanwhile, the 5 minutes for the bomb to explode are up, but strangely, it doesn't detonate. This is because Kubo managed to destroy the bomb's reactor. Mikasa heads toward the reactor to fix it, but she doesn't know how to repair it. It turns out that Shikishima is still alive after his battle with Eren, and he appears before Mikasa. Shikishima is upset that they chose protection over freedom, and tells her, "Humans will always keep repairing the wall and hiding." Mikasa responds, saying, "We still have hope to save people if we kill the change named Kubo." At the same time, Eren manages to reach Kubo's nape and slashes it with his sword. However, Kubo grabs Eren like an insect before Eren can finish him off. Kubo is about to kill Eren, but Shikishima intervenes. Climbing the building with the bomb, Kubo drops Eren from his hand, and Shikishima jumps onto Kubo while holding the bomb, throwing it into Kubo's mouth. Due to Kubo's body heat, the bomb explodes inside him, killing both of them. Thus, Shikishima sacrifices himself to kill Kubo. The explosion destroys the upper part of the wall, causing rocks to fall. Eren, caught in the falling debris, tries to save himself, but Mikasa grabs his hand and rescues him. The rocks fall and block the opening through which the Titans were entering. Eren and Mikasa save themselves, climb the wall, and stand on top of it, seeing the sea for the first time in their lives. In doing so, they fulfill their dream. They are amazed by the beauty of the sea, marking the end of the 2 parts. If you've made it to the end of the episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.